Hey guys, it's Babypowder, and I'm coming to you with another one of my amazing multibox gold guides where I show you how easy it is to make lots of gold with less effort and without a group. Now today's farm is actually going to be out in Draenor, so a lot of people might not think it's worth it to actually go out and do farms in Draenor. I know I was probably one of those people as well. I just thought, a lot of the stuff was like fake value. Nobody was really looking for anything out in Draenor, other than like the sumptuous fur and stuff like that. But this one is actually pretty good, and I have to give a shout out to Still. They're actually the ones that actually told me about this. And as far as everything, it's actually some good pieces that drop from here. Not necessarily greens, but there are some blue and epic items. And also the amount of raw gold you get is actually pretty amazing for a legacy farm like this. But anyway guys, let's go ahead and get into it and see how it's done. Alright guys, so here we are. Like I said, it is a Draenor farm. So we are actually located out here in Talador, and we are located right here at the very top of the map, kind of like almost where Gorgrond is and Tanan Jungle, right up here. And I actually just ended up taking the flight path to the Frostwolf Overlook and then just flew over. Now if you're Alliance, you might have to take a different flight path. There's one right over here by this Zangara. It's called the Zangara flight path, so you can maybe take that one if you're doing it on Alliance. But I did it on Horde this time, as I do most of my 1 hour farms. Sometimes I do it on the Alliance group, but most of the time the 1 hour farms are done on the Horde. But anyway, as far as this farm goes, I mean, if you look down on my hyperspawn, we're already over 7,000 for the hour. We've got almost, getting close to 6,000 gold in raw gold. So really, really good. And as you see here, I mean, as I'm spamming my macro, these mobs are just constantly respawning. And I've actually got my main set up in an area where there's not too many mobs, because I wanted to put my potatoes in actual spots where they would get the most loot that they could, since they're not really flying around every single time, except for at like the midway mark and at the very end of the farm, which you guys should consider possibly doing, because blues and epics, since that's mostly what we're going after, will stay on the mobs for up to 30 minutes. So you need to make sure that you take your potatoes around at least once, at least at the end of the farm, I would suggest, in case you don't feel like doing it at the midway through. But it's also smart to possibly do it midway through the farm at like the 25 to 30 minute mark, so you can pick up those items, because they will, even though you loot it on your main, they'll still stay on the mobs, even if they're blue or better. But anyway, as you see here, this little bit of time that I was rambling on, we've already gotten up to, from about 7,100 and some kills up to over 7,400. So it's over 200 kills. So that's a lot. I mean, it's so many mobs that you kill in 1 hour, and which comes out to a lot of raw gold, a lot of items looted, and everything. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look around what you would do as far as during your loot phase. We would of course go to where all of our potatoes are. Now I did do this with my 8-man group. It can easily be done with 5, but I just decided to do it with my 8. So as far as my main, they're kind of like in the middle of the area, right here along this walkway here, and then right up from them is the first potato right here where Diamond is, kind of like in the middle of this big circle here, killing all these mobs around here. Then I have another one set up right here, right at the top of this platform, right above where Diamond is, just killing these few mobs here. Now this potato is probably looting the least amount of mobs, but I had to sacrifice one somewhere, right? Then right down below where your main is set, again your main set right there, you have your next potato right here where Circle is, killing and looting all these mobs right here. Now this one actually, this one and that one at the other circle probably gets the most amount of loot between the potatoes, as there is a lot around here they're actually able to loot. And just make sure also too guys that you're making sure you're using your looter ring as you're going around and looting on your main, so that they are looting those areas, so you don't have to actually try to switch between screens. Then right down from them, you have the one set up where square is, and I line them up with the building here because there is a mob inside there as well, so they're killing that one. So there's no line of sight issues. Now, as far as the 3 extra toons that are actually set up in the other group, I actually have one set up right here, right outside the gate, right on top of this rock. And the reason why I did that was there was actually some mobs out here when you first get out here, but they don't seem to be respawning with the other ones, so they must not be, you know, connected completely or something. But these ones do right here. All right, then I have another one set up inside this building right here, right down there, killing all those mobs there. And they actually are, you know, pretty decent amount of respawns in here. Then as far as the last one, they're actually set up all the way up top, kind of long with these ones, so they are kind of split up. But I did this so I didn't actually have to go inside the buildings and actually loot with my team that was, you know, mainly focused on. So they're just killing these 2 mobs in here. There's only 2 mobs in there, it's not that many. Now, as far as if you were actually doing this in a 5-man group, the way I would suggest doing this is actually switching out, not putting your main here, putting a potato here, putting your main up top here, and actually running up and down here, and so that you wouldn't even need that potato right there. And then still having 1 potato there, 1 potato there, and then having 1 inside that building there. I don't actually think you would need to kill the mobs inside this one, but you would actually possibly need to kill the ones in here because there is a decent amount of respawns inside that building there. And that would be the way I would suggest doing this in a 5-man farm if you were to try to do that. Now, as far as the loot and everything, I know that's what you guys are curious about. Let's go ahead and get to the part where I get everything cleaned out. I get up to the big screen so I can show you guys just what I got. I've done it for a few hours now, and I've had, you know, my last hour wasn't the greatest, but either way I feel like it's not too bad seeing the amount of raw gold you get. As you see, I've already got almost 6,000 gold just on my main, and that's pretty good for a legacy farm. Alright guys, so here we are. We've got our big screens back up, and I've got everything cleared up out of the bags. And actually we were up over 6,000 raw gold on our main after we cleared out everything, so it went up that high. About another 1,000 gold I guess or so was actually added to it. But anyway, as far as the items we got, we actually didn't get too much on our main this time. Some of the other hours, you know, I had. Just this hour I didn't really. Just a couple of blue items that are kind of low value stuff, and then some boxes. Not quite sure what we'll get out of those. Then as far as our next toon goes, again, only lock boxes and another low value, pretty low value item. It does say it's selling on my realm for 6,500. It's a cloak, this blue. Then our next one, we did actually get some items that are probably decent enough to go on our high value bank alt. We got this dagger here. It is selling for 2,000 gold on my realm, but 12,000 region. Then we got this axe here. Actually got a pretty decent look to it. Looks like that right there, and it's actually going for almost 5,000 on my realm, but 6,000 region and a 0.03 sell rate. So that's actually a pretty good sell rate right there. Then we got this waist piece right here for almost 10,000 on my realm, about 49,000 region, 0.02 sell rate, which is pretty good. And it looks kind of like that. And then we got this epic neck piece, which I don't know how well a neck piece is going to do, but it does say it's at 198,000 on my realm. I'm not sure it would actually go for that, but 27,000 region, almost 28,000 region, which actually does seem, you know, decent value and possibly something that might be able to sell, and a 0.07 sell rate. So really curious about that 0.07 sell rate. See if I can sell it pretty fast. If I bring the value down probably on it, it might actually go. But anyway, pretty exciting to see whether or not something like that will sell. If I do actually get like the 198,000, that'd be awesome, but I really doubt that. Now, as far as our next toon goes, actually I can't see the values here. Let me kill some of these mobs around here so I can actually look at that. So as I'm being attacked in combat, it's not going to show. Of course, you see we got a whole bunch of low value items, and actually this one's probably low value too because it's only got 3,400 region value, but it is showing that it's going for almost 14,000 my realm, 0.02 sell rate. Still a really good sell rate though. Then as far as our next one goes, we also got a ring. So no real good like pieces as far as like armor pieces and stuff like that, which one of the big items you want to go for out here is the Black Rock Bulwark. It's a shield, and it does actually say it goes for like around like 500,000, I think it is on Wowhead, I think says anyway. It might not quite go for that actually on most realms, but I think that is what Wowhead said it was. But anyway, guys, as far as this one, it's actually showing it's on my realm for like 538,000. I highly doubt it would go for that much, but it is almost 14,000 region, which is still not bad value, especially at a 0.06 sell rate, which I don't know. I mean, got the neck and the ring showing really high sell rates. So I don't know if people are using them for leveling or what they're using them for, but rings and things do actually sell. And I've shown that during my cleanouts that I've actually sold rings, trinkets, and neck pieces that are like, you know, even from like classics. So these things do sell, and people do use them for certain things. And then we got, of course, a whole bunch of other like low value items, which the low value items are still good too. They sell super fast usually compared to some of the higher value items, since, you know, they are easier for people to pay for, I guess. And they're really not that bad. I mean, they, you know, got this one right here. It's a bow. Doesn't look too bad. It's got kind of like a little ram head or something here. And then you got like this offhand here. It's got like a little thing that's dripping water. So not too bad. So they might actually sell and sell pretty quickly, which is always a good part too. You know, it's not necessarily the best as far as, you know, if something sells for hundreds of thousands if you're sitting on it for a while. So sometimes these lower value items are really nice to get too. But one good thing about this farm is if you don't even get anything, if you really have like a bad hour out here, it's not a complete waste of time. Because as far as raw gold goes, I added up all the raw gold I got from all these, and it was 17,566 gold. Now, the hour before this, I did as well and added up, and it was over 16,000, so a little less, but I'm still keeping around that average of 16 to 17,000. I mean, that's pretty good for each hour, you know, for a legacy farm. So you're still going to make out pretty well just on that part. And I think that's, as far as all the farms I've covered so far, that is probably the best raw gold value I've gotten so far. I think I'm not 100% on that, but I do think that's the most I've gotten so far as raw gold goes in total. So yeah, definitely come out here, check it out, and see, you know, maybe you can get that that shield. I did also have an hour where I got like a pretty nice helm and a pretty nice cloak. And actually, I think I might even, yeah, I forgot to mail it off. So I still have the helm from one of my other hours here, which I got this one right here. You know, it's showing, it's not even any up on my realm right now, but 133 market value and 40,000 region, 0.02 sell rate. So yeah, and that's what that kind of looks like. But I've also gotten like other belts and things and things like that. So there are a nice variety of items which you can just, you know, expand your inventory that you already have up on the auction house. You never know when something's going to sell. So if you're already got like multiple pieces of the Jade set, multiple pieces of Gloria set and stuff like that, and you're looking for something else to put up on the auction house because those items aren't quite selling right now, you know, come out here, do this, stock up on your WOD stuff, and yeah, it's really not that bad of a farm and really fast respawns. Also guys, if you are curious about the macro, I have kind of cleaned up my macros too now. I'm kind of just using 2, and then I just change the name each time, which anytime I do my macro, it's just /target, which actually I just use TAR here, and then the first 3 letters of the mob's name, which right here it's GRO, because as you see here, that's the first 3 letters of the mob's name here, as this like Gromcar or something like that, and then /cast your spell, which I'm using Sunfire. And that's how I'm probably going to do it now, because it was taking me way too long to look through that list of macros. I did keep some of the other ones like the primals and stuff like that, just because they use the /use at the bottom, but Other than that, mostly it's just going to be me switching out each farm. I think that's a lot faster than trying to search through a million macros and everything. Alright guys, so to conclude the video on the spot out here in Talador, called Bladefury's Command, really decent. You know, the raw goal is really nice, especially if you have like a bad hour, you just really don't get anything. You at least come back with something, you have something to put, you know, in your pocket. And then, you know, you do though have that chance to possibly get some of these nice epics and blues. And also it's just good because you can expand your inventory even more with having something from this other expansion that you might not possibly be putting up on the auction house. As you saw, some of these items weren't up on the auction house yet, and I've been running into that a lot with most of these epics and things I'm getting. So I'm guessing that a lot of people aren't doing these wide farms, so it might be a nice time to go ahead and jump on it and get some of these items up on the auction house before a lot of other people do, so you can possibly get some of those sales that you know are being missed out on because nobody's putting these things up on the auction house. But anyway guys, I hope you come out here and try it and you like it, and if you do, you know, let me know down in the comments, you know, how your hour was or your couple hours or whatever you spend out here. Maybe, and also especially let me know if you get that Black Rock Bulwark. I'll be curious to see, you know, if anybody gets it. But anyway guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and make sure you hit that thumbs up down below. Also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get alert next time I come out with one of these amazing farms. And don't forget to check out the links down below. We got Facebook and Twitter where you get notified when I do come out with a video, or I'm going live on Twitch, which also there's a link down there below for that. Also don't forget about Discord. There's a link down there for Discord where you can actually join a great group of people, and there's people in there that can help you with your multi-box setup, whether you use an ISBox or a hotkey net. I'm in there as well, which I can help you with your hotkey net setup, and also you get alerted and things as well. So yeah guys, that's about all I have though for this one. This is Baby Powder. Peace. I'm out.